What's up, everyone? Mike here. So I've got a great video for you guys tonight, and we are actually in a new spot at the farm. So we are in my incubation area, all right? And this is one of my new grow rooms behind me, and I just did a lot of work on it tonight, and I'm going to talk to you guys about everything I've done on it tonight. I actually put in 3 viewing windows. There's 1, 2, 3. So this thing is going to have, well, it does. It has 3 awesome windows in it now. I just put them in. But before we get into that, and I tell you guys about that, I just want to thank all my new subscribers and everyone who is subscribed to the channel. So I moved to this, or right outside this small mountain town here on the west side of Colorado, and the little town I live outside of only has 400 people, and now my YouTube channel has more subscribers than the town has. So I think that's super cool, guys. So thank you all so much for making it happen. I really appreciate it. So anyway, let's talk about these like viewing windows and stuff and what I'm doing with this grow room here. Now, previously I owned a mushroom retail shop in St. Louis, really large city there, okay? And I put 1 viewing window in our grow room there. So it was a mushroom retail shop that I had like a mushroom grow room in. And these are 4-foot by 8-foot polycarbonate sheets or Lexan sheets. Okay, and I basically put one of those horizontally in a grow room in St. Louis, okay, and it was great. Everyone loved it. I loved it. So when I was putting the farm together here, I was like, man, I gotta put viewing windows in because the mushrooms look awesome, so you gotta show them off. And I was planning on doing YouTube, you know, and I figured this spot would be a great spot for videos, podcasts, etc. Thought it would be super cool. But anyway, before I talk to you guys a little more about this and how I'm setting this grow room up, I just want to show you my previous one so you can see how it looked with the mushrooms in it and all that stuff and how the window looked. So here's my last grow room. All right, everyone, so here's a real quick photo of my old mushroom grow room where I had the viewing window in it. You can see that big 4x8 sheet of Lexan. It was pretty cool being able to just look through it and see all the mushrooms when they were fruiting out, and the customers really enjoyed it when they were in the shop. All right, everyone, cool. So that was my old grow room where I had the mushroom retail shop. And like I said, I had that viewing window in there. It looked cool, didn't it? Like, it's nice to show off those mushrooms, especially when you grow a colorful variety, like the different colored oysters that I do and the hericiums and stuff like that with the awesome, like, shapes and stuff. I think it's super sweet to show those things off. So anyway, I want to talk about a little bit how I have this grow room designed. And then I'll talk to you guys about like what I think the benefits are of having the windows and stuff, because I think the windows are super cool. I really like them. But anyway, this grow room is designed basically, the intakes are over here, okay? So I have true fresh air coming in, and then I also have air from inside the building here that I'm coming in there with. And I do that for a couple reasons. All of the mushrooms I grow, for the most part, need to be about 65 to 70 degrees anyway. And everywhere inside the building here needs to be 65 to 70 degrees. So it all works out great. It doesn't really matter, I feel like, if I have the windows there or not, or an insulative wall. I know some guys like to insulate all walls of the grow room, but I really wanted to show off the mushrooms. And I'm sure everyone understands that because they look super cool. But because I keep everything 65 to 70 degrees anyway, whether it's in the grow room or it's in incubation, it doesn't really matter. So that way I can show off the mushrooms, and like I said, an insulated wall there just doesn't really matter in a situation like this. And the fresh air is going to come in on that side. I have the exhaust going out on that side, and basically that whole wall right there is going to be mushrooms. So it's going to be super cool, going to look awesome here on camera. And I plan on doing like some top fruits and some side fruits. I know some guys make their shelving or their racks. I'm just gonna use, and I've made them in the past too, but I've also used those like wire racks, you know, that you can just kind of have the adjustable height. So I'm gonna use those in this grow room, to tell you the truth. I'm not really gonna make the racks in here. Maybe one day I will or something like that, but I like the ability to just be able to move racks around or take something in or out or change something if you need to, because like once you make your shelving, it's pretty much in there, you know. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to use the wire racks in this one. I'm going to do some top fruits and some side fruits. I'll probably top fruit king oyster, maitake, black pearl king. Those are probably going to be the only ones that are like standing out in my mind right now. And then my side fruits will be things like blue oyster, pink oyster, golden oyster, aspen oyster, lion's mane, coral tooth bear's head, my hericiums, stuff like that. That way I can show, I like to show off the side fruits, you know, but things like king oyster, maitake, those just do better in top fruits. So we're going to grow those top fruits, and I think everything's going to be super cool. Now, what are the benefits of having the viewing windows? Okay, I think there's like some major benefits. It doesn't really cost much more to put them in. Obviously, you know, I put them in myself. I want to say each sheet. They're not cheap, but they're not super expensive either. It could be worse, put it that way. Each sheet was around $200 or so. They used to be cheaper, but they've gone up quite a bit, and it's not too bad. I used a silicone around the edges of them. I did have to trim one of them. I will say, if you have to ever, if you want to do something like this, put in a viewing window or a couple of them or something like that. I mean, I would recommend it because I think it's awesome. But if you have to, if you ever never worked with polycarbonate or Lexan before, you want to use either like a jigsaw or a circular saw. Make sure you do it on a table, and if you want, you should want to clamp it down. I didn't clamp it down, but I did okay. I've cut this stuff before, so I kind of know what I'm doing. But it's pretty easy to cut, believe it or not. You want to be careful, obviously, that you don't crack it. Make sure that you're not putting stress on it awkwardly or something like that, you know, because you can crack it. And when I went to screw this thing up and mount it, I actually pre-drilled all my holes, and I used a countersink on each of the holes too. Then I put a silicone bead around the whole frame, and I put the piece of Lexan up on the frame then, and then I just started putting the screws in. And I did it all by myself, so it was kind of tricky, but we got them in there, and it looks great, so I'm super happy with it. I can't wait to have this thing full of mushrooms and doing videos on here with you guys. And but anyway, like as far as like just a couple benefits, I feel like also of having the viewing windows is, number one, you can see the mushrooms too. Like when I had my retail shop, if I just walk through and glance at them really quick, I could see what was going on. You know, if like maybe I had to pick something later on that day, I could like kind of time things perfectly. It works really good because you're always in and out. I'm always in and out, at least personally. So always walking by the grow room, and you can always take a real quick glance at it this way, and you don't have to go in it, and you can see exactly what's going on, pick something at the perfect time. So that's one really cool thing about it too. And now I also taught classes at the grow shop there that I had. And when you have something like a viewing window, number one, when I had a grow shop, it was just great for the customers. The customers enjoyed looking at it, you know. And when I teach classes there, it was great to have like a visual learning aid, okay? Like the perfect thing for YouTube too, I feel like. So, because I really enjoyed having that there when I was teaching my students, and you guys are like my outlet now that I can talk to everyone and try to put my knowledge out on the internet. So I think it's great to have like visual aids at all times, you know. So any videos that I can do down here in front of the grow room when I have mushrooms fruiting, I'm totally going to do it. That way we can cover all different cycles of the growth process. And like I said, I'm going to do a podcast here in the future, and I think this is going to be a great spot to do something like that. We got a real nice background, cool, eye-catching, you know. And for anyone local to me, because I'm selling, you know, all my mushrooms to the local community, if you're local to Western Colorado, you could like see exactly where your food's coming from. I think that's awesome. All right, it's kind of a rarity, you know, now anymore to see exactly where your food's coming from. And the local people here will be able to tune into this channel and see exactly where their food's coming from and how it's getting produced and stuff like that. And I think that was neat too. Like when I had my mushroom grow shop, you know, I had a lot of customers that really enjoy that because they were like, man, you know, there's a lot of times you don't really know where your food comes from. But if you grow it yourself or you can see someone else growing it, then like you feel a little better about it. And I had a lot of people that would tell me that, and that made me feel really cool. And that wasn't something I even thought about in the very beginning. I never even considered that. But I was like, man, that's such a good point. And it is, because you never really know, you know, everybody's procedure and how they're taking care of stuff. But like when you can see stuff growing, and then you got somebody who's proud enough to show off what they're doing, you know it's a good product, you know? So I think that's just a lot of really cool reasons why these viewing windows are awesome, man. There's so much to them. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video tonight. I just wanted to kind of show off my hard work for the day and tell everyone about it because I think it's super cool. It's been in my mind. This has been like something I've been thinking about for, years now, you know what I mean? And finally got to put this thing together, and now I got to show it off. and I can't wait to fill it with mushrooms and share that with you guys too. So like I said, hope you liked this video. If you did, please drop it a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, click that subscribe button. If you have any questions about this or anything you just want to say about my windows, drop it in the comment section below. But I thank you all for tuning in tonight, and I will catch you guys on the next one.